Ahoy there. Okay, this will be my CD32 collection in full, as in what I have, not every single game that's released. I've counted and I've got around about 150 games now for this system. It's not a system I used to have. I only picked it up about 2 years ago and decided to collect for it about a year and a half ago. Try and collect every game for it. I only had an Amiga back in the day, not the CD32. I believe, looking through various websites and a few people I know, stuff like that, there's about 14-15 games left to get. I reckon that is it. And obviously it gets harder and harder to try and track these last few games down. A few of the games go for a lot of money or just completely rare. Like this, for example. This is the Amiga floppy disk version. CD32 version I've never seen yet, so that's one of them. Or the likes of, which has been discussed before, but Thomas the Tank Engine Pinball CD32 version. It's a bite now for around £400, but otherwise very rare. Yeah, so I'll change the camera angle and go through all the games. 5 stacks of games to go through. They come in different shapes and sizes. I mean, you get some big box games like you see here, the Amiga. They come in cardboard sleeve sort of cases as well as just the CD cases. I don't think every game got a big box release. I could be wrong, I don't know. What else did they say? They're not complete. Not every game's complete. My idea of doing a collection, trying to collect every game for a system, was just to have every actual release, not every big box, because you can see how much room they take up. Just the Amiga games. That's just some of them. It's not all of them. To do that for the CD32, I'd fill a room up quite quickly, I think. So yeah, I'll change the camera angle, I think, and we'll play through the games. Okay then, here we go. Starting with A, Alfred Chicken platformer. Just a disc, Akira, one of the worst games probably for the CD32. Although the big box does come with a t-shirt, still not worth buying. 2 game disc, Alien Breed Special Edition, and Quack. Alien Breed still a good game to play to this day. The last of the Viewed from Above Alien Breed games, Tower Assault. That's just the printed booklet. There's the back. Would like the big box of this one actually. Something on my list. Then we go Alien Breed 3D. It lost some of its charm, but obviously by then Doom had come out, hadn't it? So I had to try and compete with that. Arabian Nights platformer. All Terrain Racing, another Team 17 release. Viewed from Above racer. One of the best games for the system, Banshee, vertical scrolling shooter. Base Jumpers, I do have the booklet for that as well, but not the big box. Battle Chess, I'm very familiar with this one. Battle Toads, yeah, you think it might be good from there, wouldn't you? It's not though, bit of a beat up case that one. Beavers, cute and colourful platformer. Brian the Lion, it's another platformer, Psygnosis release, but just a disc. Brutal Sports Football, I think you're probably familiar with this one. American football, pretty brutal but fun as well, especially 2 players. Bub and Sticks. Bump and Burn, one of the Amiga's answers to Mario Kart. Cannon Fodder, I think we all know that one. Castles 2, Siege and Conquest. It's a big box, not my type of game to be honest. Chambers of Shaolin. Chaos Engine, pretty familiar with it, this one. Chaos Engine 2 come out on the Amiga but not on the CD32, probably because the system had been finished by then. Chuck Rock, followed by Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. Good platformers. The Big 6, 60s games in one. There we go. I only count that as one game though, so like I say, about 150 games. Come with the system, Dangerous Streets and Wing Commander. You can see the Dangerous Streets pack there. Dark Seed, pretty good adventure, not quite like Monkey Island though. Deep Core, platform run and gun, not bad at all. Defender of the Ground 2, it's just a booklet and disc, pretty hard to find that one. Dennis, I think it's a platform, I've not even played this one. Is there a film called Dennis? Back in the early 90s. One of my favourites, Degeneration. There's a few screens in the back. It doesn't really show off the CD32, but it's a great game all the same. Also came with this pack, Diggers and Oscar, sorry. No screens to show you. Another great shooter, Disposable Hero. There weren't many shooters for the CD32, only about 5 or 6. Donk, the Samurai Duck. Go back to that one. Dragonstone, one of the answers to the Legend of Zelda series, if you like. Emerald Mines, pretty uncommon game, not particularly good either to be honest. Fears, now the big box of Fears actually has a different cover. So a first person shooter, there we go. And the other cover is quite nice. Fire and Ice, The Daring Adventures of Cool Coyote. The best platformer since Rainbow Islands. It is a really good platform actually. Highly recommended. I don't know, might prefer it on the Amiga to the CD32. Fire Force, it's a platform run and gun of sorts. Not too bad actually. Fly Harder, this is like a bit of a homage to like Thrust. You can just see there. Remember the old Thrust game in 8-bits? Frontier Elite 2. This obviously come from the big box, but it's just a disc cover. Runs better on a 1200 or CD32 than a box standard Amiga. Fury of the Furries. Not really got into that yet. And to finish this section off, Global Effect. The world is in your hands. Yeah, it's a one of them games where you need hours to play it really. Okay then, right then, and carry on. First up then is Gloom, first person shooter. Not too bad. Now we have Guardian, which is kind of like the Amiga's answer to Star Fox. Just see there. Gulp, which is still sealed. That's like Lemmings but with fish. A few other differences too. Heimdall 2 in a big box. Not a bad game at all. Hero Quest 2, Legacy of Sorasil. It's just a recent purchase, this one. Did it in a video recently. Pretty hard to find. The Humans. These are Humans 1 and 2, this is, all in one disc. On one disc. There is a Humans 3, which is extremely rare. Got limited release. International Karate Plus. Classic game, this one. M screens. James Bond 2, Robocod. Pretty sure you're aware of that one. James Bond 3, Operation Starfish. I have the booklet and all the things that come with it, just not the big box for that. Jet Strike. So kind of side-scrolling shooter, sort of. Showing its age now. John Barnes European Football. Jungle Strike. Oddly enough, the sequel to Desert Strike. No screens on the back there. Obviously this come probably from the big box originally. I think this was CD32 only. Kung Fu. Well, you play it on the 1200 and 4000 of course. A kind of a side-scrolling beat 'em up, as you play a kangaroo. Looks gorgeous from that, doesn't it? Pretty rare that one. Kid Chaos. Another one of these cardboard sleeves. Probably one of Team 17's worst games. Kingpin Arcade Sports Bowling. There's a classic, Lamborghini American Challenge. 2-player Crazy Cars free. I'm sure you know that anyway. The only bad thing about this game is you can't save the game. Bit odd that. Last Ninja free. Legends, just a manual disc. It's another one similar-ish to like the earlier Zelda games. Liberation, another card sleeve game. Mean Arenas. That's kind of like a maze game. A bit of shooting involved as well. Not bad at all. This camera plays silly buggers down. Microcosm. The back. Got the booklet with it as well, but not the big box. Morph. Apparently it's quite well liked. A game of transformations. Recent purchase this one. Myth, History in the Making. Updated from the old 8-bit game. Just better graphics really, not much else improved. Naughty Ones. Platform of sorts. Nick Faldo's Golf. There's a few golf games actually for the CD32. That's one of them. Nigel Mansell's World Championship. Pretty fast Formula 1 game obviously. 2-game disc. Overkill and Lunacy. Overkill is like a Defender clone. Much more to it. And Lunacy as well, but pretty bland shooter to be honest. Did a gameplay of that some time ago. PGA European Tour. Just a disc. It's advanced since then, hasn't it? Pierre Le Chef is out to lunch. Quite a new addition to my collection as well. Another game updated from the old days. Pirates Gold. Classic Pinball Fantasies. There's a few pinball games actually for the CD32. There's another one. Pinball Prelude. Big box of this, goes for a lot of money. 3 tables, past, present and future. Premiere. We have Prey, an alien encounter. This is one of them few games with a bit of FMV in it. Underground sort of shooter of sorts. 3D. Not really played it to be honest. Another 2-game disc. Project X and F-17 challenge. Obviously Project X, the classic shooter on the Amiga. F-17 is another Formula 1 game, but not too bad actually. This might be Amiga and CD32 only. Quick, the Thunder Rabbit. I'm sure that'll come out in other systems. Rise of the Robots. Much hyped Rise of the Robots. Looks great from the still screens, doesn't it? It goes wrong after that apparently. And to finish this section off, Roadkill. Pretty good view from above racer. Right then, back to the next section shortly. Okay, here we go again then. On to S. Saber Team. Seek and Destroy. It's a view from above 360 shooter. 360 degree that is. Sensible Soccer. Now there are 2 Sensible Soccer games for the CD32. One just has a few extra teams. Not really much difference to be honest. Shadow Fighter. One of the better 2D fighters. Can't really see a lot from there. Simon the Sorcerer. A full talkie soundtrack. Yeah. Bad adventure game. There were some sequels but not for the Amiga releases. Skeleton Crew. Could have been good but has disappointing controls. Just a disc, Sleepwalker. Now Sleepwalker actually comes on a disc with Pinball Fantasies as well, but I've not included that as a game to get. Soccer Kid. Everyone knows this one, Speedball 2. Sports Football. Pretty uncommon release. American football this is. Just a disc. Surf Ninjas. It's a pretty dire game apparently. I even loaded that one up I don't think. Striker. not a bad football game. Super Stardust, which is asteroids on acid, plus of course the tunnel sections, which really made the game, I think. Summer Olympics. It's quite funny, but a bit limited to be honest. Super Frog, another Team 17 release. Big box goes for a lot of money. Super Methane Brothers. This is like a, I don't know, if you like a kind of update from Bubble Bobble. Super Putty. Super Skid Marks. Must have been a bad curry, that's all I can say. Yep, it's a pretty fun racer. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. No screen on the back or nothing. It's from the big box. Yeah. Let's just say that was disappointing. Not proud of this one, but Strip Pot. If you don't know what this is, it's basically a fruit machine simulator, and obviously you win, you get to see pictures of ladies. Yeah. The classic Lotus trilogy. All 3 Lotus games on one. Lotus 1's good, Lotus 2's brilliant, Lotus 3, I'd call it average, I reckon. I wouldn't say it's that great. The 7 Gates of Jambala. The Lost Vikings. Just want to go home. Just a disc, The Labyrinth of Time. This is an adventure. It's not supposed to be that bad actually. Top Gear 2 from Gremlin Graphics. I assume there was a Top Gear as well. Strangely, it released this actually because it's not as good as the Lotus games. But there you go. Trivial Pursuit. Total Carnage, which was kind of like a sequel to Smash TV, but not, if that makes sense. Trolls. Yeah. Colourful platformer. Vital Light, which is an interesting puzzle game of sorts. Different take on the puzzle game. Universe is one of them games where you need a day to play it really. Yeah, big box. Ultimate Body Bows from Team 17 of course. Yeah, it's pretty good. CD32 only. Vendetta 2175. Pretty sure this didn't come out on any other system. So ray traced graphics plus some tunnel sections like Stardust. Done a gameplay of this, so you haven't seen it before. Have a look. World Cup Soccer, which I think was a follow-up to Brutal Sports Football. Now this is soccer obviously, and it's isometric viewed. So I'll show you how well that plays, because I've not played it. Another game that probably need a day to play to start with. Whale's Voyage. And then we have Zool. Ninja from the Nymph Dimension. I think they've overdone the graphics almost in this. There's so much in the background you don't know what's what. I'm sure there was a game starting with Y for the CD32. And of course Zool 2, he's back with company. Was their name Zeus or something? I can't remember. Zeus? Yeah. Okay. Okay then, big box games. First up then, it's counted as a game. TFX, which is a flight sim stroke shooter. You can only get it with the CU Amiga magazine. I showed this off in a video recently, CD-ROM number 15, just so you know. The game was never completed, but only got released, let's say, through this. But on the Project CD32 website, it's counted as a game, so there we go. Okay, big box games then. Impossible Mission, a long case, which is quite novel. This includes the original early 80s Impossible Mission game as well. Gunship 2000. Looks pretty good. camera focuses. There it does. Alright, some 3 big box Microprose games. Fields of Glory. Like a, yeah, it's not really my sort of game. Massive manual in there. UFO Enemy Unknown. Hello, handsome. You could be aware of these games. XCOM, I think I went to, didn't I? Subwar 2050. Underwater Combat Simulator. So, yeah, it looks the business. I'll admit to the fact I haven't actually played it. Manchester United Premier League champions. Well, this was going back to what, about 1994. Sticking with football, Soccer Superstars. This is quite a rare one. This one. See how old it is. Dennis Bergkamp, Ruud Gullit. And down here somewhere there he is, a ponytail, is it Baggio? DiBaggio, something like that. Yeah. Moving on, Benefactor. It's released by Psygnosis, but this was made by the guys who done the Pinball Dreams games and that. Puzzly platformer. Cedric. Full title, Cedric and the Lost Scepter. A bit like Shadow of the Beast, they say. Another golf game, Johnny Walker Ryder Cup. Theme park. I've got a few manuals. This box is heavy, but I've got all the manuals in this box as well. The ones for like microcosm, base jumpers and that. Loved theme park on the PS2, but as with these games, you get so far, then it gets boring, doesn't it? You've done it all. Syndicate. Well liked game. Back to football again. Wembley International Soccer. Not a bad football game actually. Marvin's Marvelous Adventure. I think you're like a pizza delivery boy or something in this. It's another game in games I've just not got around to playing. And Bubble and Squeak. Okay. Okay, then the final part of the CD32 collection. Firstly though, I should show you this, Ultimate Bloom. It's classed as a CD32 game, but it doesn't load on mine unless I've got to do something with it. Obviously there were about 3 Gloom games in total for the Amiga series. Obviously it's a disc. It'll work on the 1200, the CD drive, but not on the CD32. I'm not currently on the CD32. Right, big box games then. Continued. Lemmings. We all know Lemmings, don't we? Classic game. The Clue. This does look fun. It's fairly well received, or reviewed rather, light. It does look fun though, something I'll definitely try and get into at some stage. Fighting Spirit, which is one of the best Street Fighter 2 variants, if you like. I was thinking of doing a gameplay of that soon. Black Viper, which is I suppose if you like, a bit like Road Blasters for bike, of course. Really nice artwork on that one. It's got really nice music in this as well. Pretty fast. Death Mask, another first-person shooter. 2-player option as well, as you can see on the left there. Little Devil, You Think You Had a Bad Day. It's a bit like the old Dragon's Lair games or Space Ace games. Really nice graphics, perhaps lacking a bit in the old gameplay department. Classic Worms. Yeah, I love this on the PlayStation actually. Obviously it's a lot easier to play on the PlayStation, but the CD32 version is pretty good. Beneath a Still Sky, another adventure. Absolutely massive box on this one. Next up, Spirits Legacy, another Team 17 game. This is their answer to the Legend of Zelda games, again. Okay, Pinball Illusions, also known as True Pinball if you have a PlayStation. Now the difference here is Pinball Illusions only has 3 tables, whereas True Pinball has 4. My favourite table is the Vikings table, which is unfortunately absent. A shame. Okay, another game remade, Classic XR. More colourful than the original was. And we have Star Crusader, which is a 3D space shooter. Comes about 10 or 11 floppy disks, but if you've got the CD32 I think you need a mouse and a keyboard to play it. And the final game is Flink. This is probably one of the best games to show off the CD32, although this did come out on a couple of other systems too. Big old bosses in this as well. Absolutely lovely lush graphics in this. So there we go then. That is my CD32 collection. 150 odd games, more or less, 15 to get. Hope you enjoyed this. Might have been a bit long-winded. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.